Hi everyone, it's Cohen again, and I'm back with another video about warriors. And in this case we are, as a disclaimer, might be a little bit nerdy this time. We are going to have a look at a specific talent for Fury warriors that in PvE at least gets us killed a lot of times, and it's something that the PvE community has been wanting to remove for some time, I think. So I wanted to talk to you about Reckless Abandon and why it kills us so many times and why we are playing with it still, even though it kills us. So this might be a video for some of you Fury warriors, but also some of the other classes in your raid team or your raid leaders, so you get maybe a little bit more understanding of why we keep doing this to ourselves. I am going to just demonstrate quickly what Reckless Abandon is. It empowers two of your abilities, your Bloodthirst, which gets more damage basically, and a little bit more healing, I think, and Raging Blow becomes Crushing Blow. And then you get a lot more damage on your Crushing Blow, especially with the set bonus right now in Shadowlands. Not only that, but you also charge to your designated target when you hit Crushing Blow, and this charge effect is the big issue. That's what is getting us killed. Just gonna demonstrate quickly on this target dummy. We are right now outside of melee range. You can see that by the keybinds are red. I just have 7 and 8 here. When we get into the hitbox, let's say, then they turn white, of course. This is not anything strange. When we hit Bloodthirst and Raging Blow, nothing really happens here. It's just as normal. When we hit Recklessness, go into the Recklessness window, these change. So let's see, we go Recklessness and then this changes to Crushing Blow. When we are here, it doesn't matter. When we go outside, it charges us, almost face plant us into the mob. And there is a range limit on this, and it's out here somewhere. So there's like from here to here, and I think it is intended to start wherever the hitbox ends. This makes sense in PvP, I suppose. I'm not really a PvPer, so I don't know how good this is in PvP, but it's a gap closer, and a gap closer on boss fights in raiding can more times than not get you killed, because you are here, out here, for a reason. Probably because you can't stand here, and then you gap close into this, and then you're done for. So this behaves very differently from charge, which is this one. You see that you cannot charge when you just step out of the hitbox. You need to back up quite a bit. Here it lights up, so from here you can charge, and then you charge in and end up basically the same length from the target. Let's see. So this is the problem. Why is this a problem? Because it happens sometimes, and it's very dependent on the boss fight, and it behaves differently on different boss fights, mainly because they have different size of their hitboxes. There are even some that it doesn't charge at all on, and there are some that you even charge a little bit inside of the hitbox. So it catches you off guard quite a lot of times, and on some boss fights it's more dangerous than on others, of course, depending on how much ground effects you have. Think of like Halondrus, where you have a constant ring inside there where you're not supposed to be. And then you charge in and face plant yourself against Halandras. The jailer, for instance, when he does his massive ring that you're supposed to run out of. Now, I am one of those players that want to do maximum damage because I want to help out the raid as much as I can. Parsing, okay, but mostly because I want to shorten the fight for the raid. So I keep hitting the boss while I run out, and then if I hit the wrong ability, the crushing blow, just when I reach the edge of the hitbox, I charge back in, and then if my heroic leap is on cooldown, I'm dead. So that happens now and again, and it's becoming quite annoying for the raid leaders, actually. And I can understand why. So, why are we doing this to ourselves then? Why are we using Reckless Abandon when it is so difficult to use, or it catches us guard and then it just kills us? It just kills us. So, with the current set bonus, you get a very nice buff to Raging Blow and Crushing Blow. It deals a lot more damage, and it has a chance to grant you Recklessness, which means even more damage. So you, in this instance, it's now season 4, but even from season 3, you switch from Bloodthirst and Raging Blow being kind of similar in damage, but now Raging Blow does so much more, or Crushing Blow, let's say. So you just want to focus on that. And how much more? Well, if we go to the talents here, the next best option is Anger Management, and if you take that, your overall single target damage goes down by 10% overall. So 10%. And then the doubters, they say, of course, well, just don't hit the button forehead or something, or like, well, 10% is a lot, but if you die you lose a lot more. Yes, of course. The problem is that it doesn't happen that often, so it's like, it's always a surprise though. How much is 10%? We can have a look at one of these wonderful statistics from the raid. These don't say everything, of course, but let's say Fury Warrior right now is in a very good spot. If you would take away 10% damage from Fury Warrior, they would end up down here. Go from here to here. That's just how it is. And players have switched class for less than that, so I would say it's a major damage decrease. And at least me, who want to like try to maximize the kind of damage I do, I would rather play with Reckless Abandon at this time than go down 10% in overall damage. Why is it so unreliable then, this charge effect? Why is it so difficult to play with? I'm going to show you a few examples. We have, for instance, this is the world boss, Oranamonos, big tree. This is probably how they intended it to work. This boss has a relatively large hitbox, so you can be in there and do whatever you want. You hit Crushing Blow, it doesn't charge for most of the time, and then when you run out, you are like purposely not hitting Crushing Blow. Let's see how it looks. So you let's see, you start to back out, and there is the limit. There you're inside the limit, you start charging. You are right now, oh, he's rooted right now, so when you then move out and try different things, you see that it's okay. The hitbox is so large that you can actually just it's there somewhere, the hitbox range, and there is not much happening on the ground. Yeah, here you have to run out anyway. It doesn't really matter, and then you can just charge in with your normal charge and then continue. So this is not a big problem. This is pretty much okay. I'm going to show you a fight that is not there aren't many of these fights, I can tell you. This is Eye of the Jailer, and I'm just going to tell you that the charge effect doesn't work at all on this boss. So I'm just standing here now, trying different things, and then I hit Recklessness and just try the ranges. I'm inside the range right now. Now I am outside of the Bloodthirst range, but I'm inside of the Crushing Blow range. But even though I hit Crushing Blow, it doesn't charge to the boss. Maybe it's because he is airborne in the middle of it. Yeah, and there's nothing underneath, something, I don't know. But there are some bosses where the charge effect doesn't even work, and then you get also a false sense of security, I guess, because on the next boss it will work, let's say. Now one of the weirder bosses maybe is Tosagne. I'm going to slow this down for you, I think. This is on pull. Just run in. Let's see if I can pause it somewhere. Here maybe. I'm going to slow this down a little bit so you see what is happening. Half speed. So here the tank pulls Tosagne back a little bit, and there you see the charge coming from the Crushing Blow. And it's very close, and it's because Tosagne have a very small hitbox, and there are a lot of things happening on the ground as well that you can see here. You are getting the wave coming, you have the arc coming at the same time, and then you start hitting him, and then boom, you charge back in, and if you're not careful you're gonna stand right in the arc. So this is one of the, let's say, maybe worse bosses that you can have for this. There are other examples as well. So like the Jailer, for instance, is one of these where you have very, very exact timers. You have to run and hide, so you have to react very fast. Either you have your eyes constantly on deadly boss mods or something, and then you just see, okay, now it's coming, or you have a raid leader shouting this out or something. But it is very difficult to time everything, and on top of everything else, this Raging Blow charge happens when you least expect it, kind of, because you are dancing around for a reason. There is something in here. You're dancing around out here. You want to be a bit away from him, and then you suddenly run out of this range, and then you hit Crushing Blow, and then you run into this pool of death that is on the mobs. So this is the reason. Part of the reason, as I said, it doesn't happen too often. It's rare enough, so it always catches you off guard. Now, I have had raid nights where this has killed me, like 2 pulls in a row, and then the raid leaders are going nuts, of course. I understand them. But it's something that I hope will disappear. I heard from Danwar that have been testing the alpha and the beta, that at least on the alpha the charge effect was gone, and if it stays gone no one will be happier than me, but we will see if it comes back for the live game or not. I haven't really heard anything from the beta though. But that's it. I wanted just to demonstrate why this is so dangerous, and I really hope this disappears, this kind of charge effect in Dragonflight. Okay, see you next time. Bye.